Massive Vinyl Haul Unboxing, Part 1.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the second unboxing on the channel. I can't call it really an unboxing because I received this big behemoth box of goodies a while back and I couldn't wait to open it for the camera, so I just opened to check up if everything was fine, and as usual, all perfect. And I'll tell you exactly who sent it from and where these records are coming from, but yeah, let me get sharing with you. But before that, let me just show you this behemoth size of a box of records which came. These are total weight, I think, was actually 10 kilos, and as you can see, the record label there says Vinyl Studio 34. You can find them on all the social medias, and I'll absolutely link them up with the details in the description and show you exactly where to find them. So big thank you to Mr. Sanjeev Agarwal. He's put together all these LPs, and look, these are not like 100% new releases. I think over the past year I wasn't too well, and he actually kept them for me, and when the collection got a bit big he packaged them up and I asked him to send them to me. So thank you, Sanjeev. I really appreciate your effort in getting this package to me. I mean, look at the amount of tape and security he's gone through to get these records to me. I really appreciate the effort. So forgive me as I'm just going to go out of camera for now, just to put these box in a good position so that I can reveal them one by one. Okay, so there's quite a few people that have sent me records, and all of them have sent it through to Sanjeev, and he actually packaged them, but he's got majority of the LPs for me. So let's go through them and let's see exactly what treasures we have in here. And I think I'm going to start with the one I was most anticipating. So there is a company called Rhythm Studio 18, and it's run by a gentleman called Arvind Gupta. He's done some great releases previously. I think he released Kajini, Dili 6, Prem Ratan Dhanpayo, and a few others on colored LP, which I will showcase at some point in time. But I think let me open these and show you that this is a spectacular release of Rockstar, one that was really required. The previous T-Series LP that came out was a single release, and it didn't really include the whole soundtrack, and I haven't yet played this, so I can't comment on the quality of the LPs, but what I can tell you is this packaging is absolutely rocking, just like the name, the Rockstar. I'm not going to show the LPs, but I'll just showcase the cover of this one. The LP's vinyl, black vinyl. I apologize for that. It is black LPs. Look how spectacular this is, guys. Look at the clarity of this printing and all the extra notes. I mean, the detail that goes into this, you know, when you're actually playing the record and you listen to this, it is spectacular. So it's a double LP. That's the fold for the first LP, and I think this is what you would call a triple gate LP, or triple fold LP. So it doesn't have three folds out, but it's got two record boxes. If I go there, you'll see the first LP fits in this side and the second LP fits in that side. But yeah, this is the second fold, and what I absolutely love is these linear notes that come with the record cover. It's really spectacular. Great stuff, Arvind. We really appreciate these kind of efforts going into record releases. And yeah, once I give them a listen, and we'll probably speak about the sound quality at some point in time. But if you guys would like me to fast track anything, shout. I don't mind doing that. Here's a great one, Hoon Na. It just celebrated 20 years of release, and what a fun soundtrack. I mean, still even 20 years later, an absolute gem of a release. Who can forget any of these beautiful tracks? Anu Malik did the music. I remember at the time when the actual soundtrack released, Sonu Nigam was a huge he had a huge popularity around here in South Africa, and we've actually attended 6 concerts of his. Really nice. I mean, even the most famous one I remember, the popularity wise here in South Africa, was Tumse Milke Dil Ka Hai Johar Kya Kare. Just great, absolutely great. I can't wait to give this a spin and celebrate the 20 years of Hoon Na on vinyl. And this is from Vinyl Studio 34, released by Singh himself, and I think his business partner Satinder Sandhu. I think they've done excellent quality releases as well. You know, seen a lot of them coming. Dil De Chuke Sanam. Okay, so this was another T-series release that was repressed. When I say repressed, it's another release because this has released on LP before. However, what I absolutely love about this one is that it does not cut any of the tracks. It plays the full song from beginning to end, and we have from the other reviews we've heard online, great sound. So if you can see here, that's the name of the guy who produced the LP, Arvind Gupta, and his company is Rhythm Studio 18. Thank you so much, Arvind. You know, when I actually heard the previous release of Dil De Chuke Sanam on LP, I was so gobsmacked. I thought to myself, why would they release such great songs but in half form, you know? And you fixed that, guys. So I think there's only 3 tracks not on here, and one of them is Ka Poi Che, and the other one is the Love track. I think it was just an instrumental whistling with Shankar Mahadevan and Kavita Krishnamurti, but yeah, there we go. That's the cover for Dil De Chuke Sanam. I think what Arvind and Vinyl Studio 34 and Rhythm Studio 18, they take a lot of effort and time into designing the LP covers, and it shows, it really does show. Absolutely excited to sit and listen to this. Stay tuned to the channel. I probably will start recording these while playing and while listening, then you can enjoy them. So I think one of the last few movies of Sushant Singh Rajput, I think his last film was Dil Bechara. I don't think that saw a release on physical media except on CD, but it was in a very limited printing. I was fortunate enough to get it. If you would like to see it, I do have a few here in the box, but I'm going to show it to you at some point in time. What's quite interesting is this is a 12-inch LP on 45 RPM. And interestingly enough, maybe somebody can share, maybe there was some issue between T-Series and the music director of Chhichhore, which was Preem. His name or the lyricist name, Amitabh Bhattacharya, are not mentioned on this release. I wonder why. But that's another topic for another day. This was also released by Arvind, also on a black vinyl. That's the back cover of Chhichhore. I promise to give feedback once I listen to them, but in the meanwhile, I would suggest you trying to get these LPs if you really like these soundtracks, because they were released quite a while back and they are selling for really high prices. One of my favorite Ghazal singers, Jagjit Singh. Yes, what a gem of a guy. Now I was fortunate enough to see his last concert in South Africa. Actually, it was his last concert in Africa, in South Africa. It was a good couple of years back, and I think Inner Circle Entertainment brought them to South Africa. Oh, the man was just genius, and you know, I could close my eyes and listen to the guy, and he soothed my soul. I wouldn't mind getting his whole discography on LP. I do have a few others. If you would like to see the other LPs that we have. Shout, send a comment, and we'll look at it. This is the back cover. If you haven't heard it, these have brilliant ghazals. My pick of the lot would be In Ashkoko. I have a penchant for a little melancholic sounds, but yeah, there we go. Thanks Arvind, always appreciate your releases. 2001 Gadar, Prem Katha. This was the first movie. I think this LP had a what do they call those, a non-official release that was done by a few guys in the UK, and the sound wasn't too bad, but you could hear it was actual CD quality. But Vinyl Studio 34 again released Gadar on a beautiful splatter, red and black splatter LP. I'll show you the cover and then we'll go into the LP. So there we go, that's the cover. Gadar Prem Katha. And who can forget these gems of tracks? What amazing tracks. Again, I'm not part of the masses, and I know a lot of the people would prefer Main Nikla Ghadileke or Urja Kaleka as their favorites, but my absolute favorite is the one by Pandit Ajay Chakrabarti and Begum Parveen Sultana, Aan Milo Sajna, and a beautiful rendition of Hum Juda Ho Gaye by Preeti Uttam and Uttam Singh. Yeah, so I think let's get into the fun part of this. Just look how cool this is. This is the 180 grams splatter vinyl, red and black. Isn't that awesome, guys? Look at that. You know how cool this looks while you're playing it on the record player. Please shout if you'd like to hear how the record sounds. I think we'll do test recordings for YouTube, but if you put comments, then I'll know which ones to fast track. So go for it. Tell me which ones you would like to see. Maybe wait till I've shown everything that has come through, and then you can take it from there. Aha! Another awesome one by Sonu Nigam, and just in time, as we were speaking about his popularities during the early 2000s. I think he sang quite a few of these songs at the concerts we went to, so I've got a lot of nostalgia tied to them. Also on black LP, I'm sure the sound is really awesome. Ab Mujhe Raat Din, Deewana Tera, Dil Se Dil Tak Baat Pahunchi, Sajid Wajid music and lyrics by Faiz Anwar. But the beautiful sounds of Sonu Nigam. It's nice to see, other than soundtracks, we're also getting a few album releases. Great stuff. Thanks, Arvind. Okay, this one is special, and I'll tell you why it's special. This has never seen a physical release other than CD. It came out, I think, in 1988. It was one of Ari Berman's last few scores. No, I shouldn't say last few scores. His last score was in 1994, I think. It was 1942, A Love Story. But this one somehow skipped a vinyl release around the time when vinyl releases were quite popular. But great to know that he's got a great fan base, and the fact that this has actually made it out on vinyl is great, and also done by Rhythm Studio 18. Thank you for giving us this chance. This was a movie by Hrishikesh Mukherjee. It starred Vinod Mehra, Vinod Khanna, Zina Taman, lyrics by Anjan and music by R.D. Burman. If you haven't listened or heard the soundtrack before, I suggest you hear Lata Mangeshkar's Saathi Aisa Lagta Hai and Kishore Kumar's Ye Zindagi. It's absolutely awesome. So this one is also a 12-inch vinyl with a 45 RPM. If you feel that I'm speaking in too technical terms, please go ahead and shout. I'll explain exactly what I mean. So, isn't this awesome? To finally get a movie in 2023 with a vinyl release in 2023. This one was done by Vinyl Studio 34. Also a 12-inch LP with 45 RPM. And then here we go, we see Prem and Amitabh Bhattacharya. So I don't think there was any issues, but maybe it's just a figment of my imagination. Maybe it was just a printing error why they forgot to put their names on Chhichhore. But here we go. Yeah, the most famous song, or the most popular songs from here would be Show Me the Tumka. This is the back part. There's the Vinyl Studio 34 sticker. Yeah, so you guys, if you don't have these, I suggest you, if you like it, and they are generally quite good. The sound is actually quite cool, and this is a brand new release. I mean, let me mention that this is the first physical release of this soundtrack. Otherwise, you need to download Spotify to hear them, or any other digital music source. Okay, so this is a re-release of Mohra, and I got this. This is done by Ishtar. Ishtar is the new logo for Venus. Venus was taken over by Ishtar, and the producing record company, or the company that's responsible, is Pristine. In conjunction with Ishtar, have been releasing these soundtracks. There are quite a few here, and some first time on LP as well. This has been released on LP before by Serene Records. I have that pressing, and that's quite good. If you would like to hear a sound test between the two, give me a shout and tell me exactly which songs I should play. So this one comes on red vinyl. Beautiful tracks, and I think the LP design is also quite nice. Who can forget Na Kajre Ki Dhar, Tip Tip Barsa Pani, Tu Cheez Badi Hai Mast Mast. Really awesome soundtrack, and I think it was in 1994. I still remember we drove to a place in South Africa that's called Mpumalanga. It's a very scenic part of South Africa, and we had that CD playing the whole way. Those songs are ingrained into my mind, and whenever I hear them, I think of that place. We stayed in a beautiful place called Graskop. If you visit South Africa, please make sure to go there. Red, beautiful red vinyl. And generally what I found on most of the Ishtar releases is that the treble is a bit high, so there's a little bit of a tss sound. It's not actually noise or anything, but I think it's maybe digitally sourced, so that's why we hear that noise. But we'll give this one a listen to and compare it to the first release and see what's the difference. So on that note, I found this inside me. A gentleman by the name of Praveen Jaiswal. He's also on all the social medias. You'll find him. I think they own this record cleaning company called Pancham. Brilliant name, and I think they've co-produced the releasing of these records. I'll just bring this a little up so that you can see some of the titles that have come out already. I do have them, so if you would like to see any of them, please give me a shout. I'll definitely get this to you guys the moment I can. Guys, we're not even halfway through. Stay tuned. So now, I must say, I mean, we're all quite crazy about A.R. Rahman and Prem and a lot of the guys who produced such distinct soundtracks and sounds, that you'll never go wrong if you're actually listening to their music. And one of them in particular is Amit Trivedi. Wow, this guy has such a penchant for producing such different music in all his albums. I think the first soundtrack I heard of his was Dev D. If any of you guys who are producing are listening, I think that one should get a release the soonest possible. But yeah, this is Fitoor, guys. Fitoor, if you haven't heard it, if you haven't seen it, it's a beautiful movie. It stars Katrina Kaif, Tabu and Aditya Roy Kapoor. It was spectacularly mounted in Kashmir, and the sound really matched. And what I absolutely love about Amit Trivedi is that he kept the sound true to the Kashmiri culture. We hear the rabab, we hear the sarod, the santoor, you know, songs that are based on Rag Bahari Rag. Really, really beautiful stuff. It is also on a 12-inch black LP. I'm going to show you the back cover. Beautiful tracks, and he's also included Zeb Bangash. If you watched any of the Coke studios, you'll probably know who she is, but what an amazing artist. And she sings so throatily here in that song Haminastu and Honedo Batia. Please guys, if you really like these, look for them now. It's going to be quite madly priced at some point. This was also released by Rhythm Studio 18. Yeah, we got them in focus here. And absolutely awesome. Please guys, don't miss out on this. Fitoor is an amazing one, and I've heard from a lot of people that the sound was actually quite cool. And the same can be said for this release. Jersey, I think we choose a remake from the Telugu film, but this had music by Sachi Tandon and Parampara Tandon. I think they're husband and wife couple, if I'm not mistaken. If you look them up, you'll probably see them. Some great songs. I think this was cricket inspired. But what's nice about this is that it's on a smaller 10-inch LP. So 10-inch, 33 and a third RPM. Also, if you'd like me to play some of these songs and review the sound, give me a shout. Definitely give it a go for you guys. Again, these are going out of print, so I would suggest you get it quite quick if you want to get it. Another great release. I know the movie didn't do too well. I think it came out during COVID time. But let me show you how Vinyl Studio 34 has released this one. 83 might have not had a great response at the box office, but the soundtrack was actually quite nice, quite energetic and inspiring. And yeah, it takes you back to 1983 when India won the World Cup. Yeah, quite a nice soundtrack. But extra special is that Vinyl Studio released this on a 180 gram white marble LP. I don't know if you can actually see it from here, but there's like a marbling effect on the LP. I think it's amazing that they've done that. And yeah, look at that. Great stuff. I'm sure the sound will be excellent on these as well. I know that they've always done proper new masters for these releases based on the sounds that they've received from the music companies, the master files, as they would recall it. So just as Hoon Na celebrated its 20th anniversary, here we have Baazigar celebrating its 30th anniversary. It's released from Ishtar, and it also comes in double form, but this is just the normal gatefold, where you have the gatefold itself. Spectacular design, black and grey or grayscale, really cool. It's done nice. It's got gold lettering in there, and all the important things are highlighted there. Also good score by Anu Malik. If you like Baazigar and you liked all the songs, so this one comes with all the vocal tracks and its instrumental versions. Go for it. This is the gatefold itself. One LP fits there, one LP fits there. So this released on black vinyl. And let me just also state that this is the second pressing of this. The first release also had black vinyl, but it was done by Suren Records, and they I think had 6 songs on the release. It did not have the full soundtrack. So if you're a completist like me and you're a bit obsessed about having something in its complete form, Then here you have the complete Baazigar on LP as well. Yeah, I'm gonna just zoom in a little so you can see pricing. I think if you get hold of Praveen Jaiswal or Sanjeev, you will be able to get these. They are still in stock, but I don't know for how long. Sorry guys, I know this is gonna be a while, but okay, so this one I was particularly excited for. A huge fan of Lakshmikant Pyarelal and Madhuri Dixit, so great to see that Prahaar has finally come out on LP. My absolute favorite on this one is the Thumri by Shobha Gurtu. Her voice is so rustic and just perfect tempering for these kind of Thumris. Black vinyl 12-inch, 33 and a third. And what you'll notice here is that they've got singers like Manna De, Shobha Gurtu, Suresh Warkar, Kavita Krishnamurti, absolute legends. Yes, that's the one, Yaad Piya Ki Aaye. I think that's based on Rag Bhupali. Tumri based on Rag Bhupali. Superb guys. If you are a big fan of Lakshmikant Pyarelal, go for it. It's finally released. I know the Prahaar CD is quite difficult to find, and I don't know if it got issued out on cassette.